8:50 on a Wednesday. It's great to be here on KCMO Talk Radio, and it is that time of the week.
KCMO Talk Radio, now on FM at 95.7. It's time for What If Wednesday.
What if, instead of having you on this radio station, there was somebody else?
All right, John, 3 questions on a What If Wednesday. My man, what is on your rundown?
Very timely. What if the Royals end up tied with the Guardians in the American League Central standings?
Well, then they will end up winning the American League Central because they have the head-to-head tiebreaker. So let's go. Woo. They swept the first 3 games of the series. They are going for the 4-game sweep today, 12-10 first pitch in Cleveland.
They're 7-2 against the Guardians this year with yesterday's win.
Woo.
4 games left, 1 today, and then I think they play 3 here at the K later on in the next homestand.
Well, Mark, all morning long, Mark's been in my ear off the air. Hey, Bobby Witt should be the MVP. Yeah. You know, if the Royals win the AL Central, and I know Aaron Judge is having a great season, but Bobby Witt's the MVP. And I'm like, good, Mark. I'm with you, man. You don't have to sell me. I hate the Yankees. I'm good with that.
Facts only.
Facts over feelings.
Yes.
Right? As Mark's decked out in his Royals hat. He's got his Royal. What's with the Royals hoodie, though, Mark? It's like going to be 95 degrees today.
I know. It was kind of weird. It was 69 degrees walking out the front door this morning, and compared to yesterday's 99, I was like, yeah, it's a little chilly.
It is. Yeah. Yesterday it was 81 when I got in the car in the morning at 4:30 in the morning or whatever it was. It was 81. So, yeah, 69 feels like a cool down, but you're going to need to rip that shirt off today or that hoodie off.
I've got a shirt under it.
You got a shirt under it?
I'm good to go.
Okay. I was hoping to see you bare-chested walking around the building at some point, but I guess I'll have to save that for another time. What's next, John?
All right. What if Trump sticks to the original debate agreements as proposed by Kamala Harris's team?
Well, then he puts himself in a great position to win this debate coming up on September the 10th. And it looks like there's some mixed reporting on this. Last night, Trump came out and said, we've agreed, the debate is set, September 10th, the mics will stay muted like they were in the Biden debate back in June. But then later on in the night and early this morning, the Harris campaign is like, whoa, not so fast. We still haven't necessarily agreed to this. We're trying to change the rules after demanding Donald Trump play by the same rules we had in place 2 months ago. So they're now the ones who are still trying to get Trump to have an unmuted mic. So that way, and this is what they want Donald Trump stepping on Kamala Harris, and then she can do the whole girl boss routine.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking. I'm speaking.
Oh my gosh, what a turnoff. What an absolute turnoff. The fact that they think that is what the American people are going to want. By the way, the whole notion that Kamala can get up there and do the whole girl boss tough person thing when she won't even sit down for an interview with friendly media without having boy toy Tim Walz sitting next to her Thursday night on CNN, it's such a disgrace. It's so phony. It's gone 39 days since she's been announced as basically the de facto nominee, and she will not have done an interview. And now she's going to do this first interview tomorrow, but it's going to be with Tim Walz and Dana Bash on CNN, which is going to be an all-time love fest. I mean, it may be such a love fest, it may be not safe for work. That's how much of a love fest it's going to be on CNN. So I think that's a huge, huge oversimplification of how they can use Trump's unmuted mic against him. But Trump's got to hold firm on playing by the rules they initially agreed to and they wanted.
In a side item, truck rentals have skyrocketed around the nation as we move goalposts around.
Yes, yeah.
Right?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
They're moving them as quickly as they possibly can.
All right, what if baseball stadium plans are working too hard to create a downtown skyline view?
Well, that's how you end up throwing a stadium on 5 acres in Washington Square Park when your last proposal was for 17 acres in the Crossroads. And your initial proposal or plan, as it was reported, was for 37 acres in the East Village. So we've gone from a 37-acre proposal or idea in the East Village to a 17-acre proposal in the Crossroads, which some considered potentially a little tight, to now, according to reports, 5 acres in Washington Square Park? What's the right field line going to be, 175 feet?
Sal Perez is all for it. We've seen his wiffle ball exploits here in the yard with the kids in Bonner. So,
yes.
No park's too small for Salvi.
Well, that's true. And by the way, that video, I got that video before it hit the news. I didn't really mention it last week, but one of the kids in that video, if you haven't seen it, Salvi pulling over, is one of my wife's good friends here in town.
Right, okay.
And her son was interviewed by all the local media outlets. He's one of the older kids who's playing wiffle ball with Salvi, who I guess was driving through the neighborhood and was going to visit family on their off day last Thursday.
Yeah.
And he sees these kids playing wiffle ball, and he pulls over and starts whacking around the wiffle ball with them. I mean, that is just an all-time great story.
And Sal, he loves to hit those low ones that are on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
He was chasing them.
Oh, yeah. No, that is just an awesome moment. And, we shared it on Facebook last Thursday night before it became this big local story in the news. So even the stories like that, like Salvi playing wiffle ball, we had the media beat on here on KCMO. We're not just giving you the facts in town that you're not going to get elsewhere. We're getting them the stories before you're seeing them on local TV. That's what we do, and we're proud of doing it here on 95.7 FM. What If Wednesday's in the books? I can't believe it's already 9 o'clock. Last night I was, God bless our youngest, Charlotte. She'll be 6 months next week. And she is such a good sport. She's a trooper, youngest of 3 girls. Always got a smile on her face. But she's been the worst of our sleepers. And last night was about 90 minutes of her screeching. Go in, give her the bottle, try to calm her, pat her butt. 90 minutes straight of her screeching. And I texted Kate this morning. I said, if anybody ever needs to torture me and get some information out of me, instead of waterboarding, just put my youngest daughter's screech on loop, and I will fold like a cheap suit. I mean, it is unlike any noise I've heard from any of our children.
They tend to go right through to the eardrum, don't they? Just straight through.
It just cuts through you. So, anyway, the morning's flying by. I thought it was going to be a drag, but we're moving on KCMO.